Hi guys, this exercise we're gonna do now is the stock. So it's an inventory spreadsheet. So gonna click on there. I'm gonna go on the right page. So same things like before. We're gonna create the border. So I'm gonna go on the top there until M, and I'm gonna go down. So make sure that you're gonna go until M until the last. Yeah, perfect. Like this until 553. I put the borders, and after we're gonna do the top row on gray. Okay, so how you can see this spreadsheet is quite vast. So we're gonna have to enlarge this one first. So like at least we're gonna see all the ingredients like this, for instance. After the category a little bit bigger, and after we can resize smaller the other values because they don't need so much. So we could select I think this one a little bit bigger unit. It doesn't need to be this big, and all the other one we can do the same size. So we're gonna select from D until M, and we're gonna be able to change like this. You can see the text, it need to be wrap up because it doesn't fit. So if you put wrap, you can see it will automatically enlarge the column. So we're gonna center all of them again like we done before. Same things, we're gonna center this one as well, how we done it before, maybe. And we can center all the value as well. Okay, like this. Perfect. So we got all the data. Sometimes it play a bit weird. Make sure that when it works, you select center like this. Okay, we have our size there. So to be able to see the table properly, we can zoom out the spreadsheet from here. So we're gonna zoom out so we can see all of that, because now we're gonna have to do all the formulas. So delta is nothing that a difference between how much stock is expected and how much stock is being counted. So imagine you have 20 chocolate bar, and you expect to have a 20 chocolate bar, and you actually have just 19. It means that you miss one chocolate bar, so it will be negative. To do this, we're gonna do equal, we're gonna do counter stock minus how much is expected. So when something is missing, it will give us a negative number. So you can see, counter stock 25, expected 39, so and it show minus, so it's a negative number. So perfect. So let's do the same thing for the delta value. So now we have the cost price here. So let's we need to change all of them in money, and this one as well. So I select the first two cells like this. After on the keyboard, I will press the control button, the shift button together, and I'm gonna do arrow down. And now you can see, doing like this, Excel allow me to select all the cells, so I don't have to scroll with the mouse. I repeat. So press together Control and Shift together, and after you press just one time arrow down, and it will align all the cells together like this. And after we can just select all of them, like selecting accounting like this. So the delta value basically is the delta times the cost price. So if there are missing 14 chocolate bar, for instance, and I multiply for the cost price of each of them, it will give me the value that is missing. So in this kind of case, it's like 36 pounds negative. Okay, so now I addition other shortcuts. So yeah, when the formula is done, like click on the cells where is the formula. You do Control C. After you press Control, Shift, and arrow down again, and it will go down until the end of the page. So otherwise, you just drag it from the arrow there. Actually, probably is the quickest way. And I have it like this. Perfect. Okay, so I got my values there. So make sure that you put the same digit. I just put two decimal like this, and maybe I'm gonna align it on the side there. And I'm gonna use this type of alignment here. So I'm gonna move like this. So I leave the space, but they're gonna be all on the same as orientation like this. So I do the same things for this one. I go there from the field arrow there, and I'm gonna go there. So I pull it up down like this. If it was if you want to use the trick with the shift control arrow down, you can just go there on the bottom line and just put something, write something on there. Now we're gonna calculate the sold items. So sold items is gonna are the previous week stock minus the expected stock. So equal. I'm gonna click on the previous stock. So 65 minus the expected stock. So 39. Press enter and it's come 26. So after we're gonna calculate the stock value. So it's gonna be equal. The stock values is the sold items times the cost price. So imagine there's the 26 chocolate bar for £2.60. Multiply if you want to tell us the stock value. Okay, times and the cost price. Perfect. So now we're gonna calculate the cost of sales. So as you can see on this column, everything's need to be calculated. So we're gonna do all the calculation first, and after we're gonna drag them down. So we're gonna just paste it all in once. So the cost of sales. Let's see how it say here. Which formula? You want us to use the formula if the cost price is bigger than one, we put 25%. Otherwise, we put 20%. So let's start. Okay, equal if logical test. So we said the cost price is bigger than £1, then we want to put 25%, comma, otherwise we want to put 20%. Okay, so press enter. We're gonna press it like this, and we have the formula. You can see here it was bigger than £1, so 260 bigger than £1. So he put it like this, 25%. Okay, so now we're gonna calculate the incomes. So the incomes is gonna be the stock value uh, divided by the cost of sales. So equal stock value, so click on the K2 divided the cost of sales, so click on that, press enter, and we got our incomes. And after the profit is the incomes minus the stock value. So equal this one, the incomes minus the stock value. Press enter and we got everything's calculated. We're gonna select all of them like this and we're gonna drag them down. So we done all the tables. Fantastic. Okay. So now we're gonna calculate all these formulas here. Okay, so we done it on the exercise earlier. So let's make this cells bigger and we're gonna align this one on the right. Okay, so first things we're gonna put the a border that we done before. We're gonna use the linking formula to put what is on the heading. So like this one is the expected. So we have our heading matching. After we're gonna start the formula. So the first one is a sum, open brackets. We're gonna highlight on the side. So click on the first one. After press Control Shift arrow up, and so at least we gonna go straight on the top. Close the brackets, and otherwise you can just select with the mouse until you arrive on the top and press enter. So second one is gonna, and we put all of them, they're gonna be same format there. Okay, so second one is gonna be average, so equal average, open brackets, and we're gonna select again everything's until there. Perfect. Enter, close brackets, enter. After we're gonna do the perfect. Now make sure that we're gonna put the formatting straight away. Okay, equal count. So the same formula again. Set. Okay, so you see that when it's like this, another trick. You click on the top one and you're gonna put the first one. So let's see which one is the reference of the top cell. It will be D2. So we can manually change this one for D2. So we don't have to go up with the mouse all the time. Okay. So D3, sorry. D3. Come on. I was D2. D2. Okay, so okay, I was missed. Okay, oh come on. Yeah, now it's done. So same things, max, max. So let's click on the last one. Let's say just the two like this, and we're gonna replace this one for 3D3 like this, and press A, and it's done. So next one again, equal in, open brackets, select the last two like this, and we replace for D3 again like this, and close bracket, and equal. This one we use the sum if as formula, formula, if as formula. So we're gonna set the two like this. We're gonna change for the 3 again. After we're gonna this one, and make sure that this one we need to block the we need to block the numbers, so we don't want him to move. They want always to be in D3 and in the D53. Okay, so now we done this one. We're gonna select the second box. So here is the category. So same things. We're gonna change this one for D3 again, and make sure you highlight them. We're gonna have to put all the dollar sign on this one, and after we're gonna use the references. That is this one there, and this one we're gonna have to block the column because we want always to be from this column there. So dollar sign on just on the letter, close brackets, is done. So we done this one. So now because we can use the same format of the first one, so we use the little paint from there, and we're gonna drop it down like this, and we got all of them on there. Perfect. So that all the numbers, they're gonna have the same formatting. So this one are all the categories, so the formula is the same. We can just drag it down like this, and we got all of them. And after we're gonna select all the column like this, and we're gonna drag it on the side. Now we're gonna we have everything's ready here. We just need to format exactly, let's say exactly on the top. So we can go on the last row of the table. We're gonna select all the files, all the column like this, all the value until the row. We're gonna press on the paint like this, and we're gonna put it on the table. Select all the tables, and now you can see automatically it will format all the tables for us.